Hello, 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 it's me again. Now then, one of the great stories of all time, and it's called Where the Wild Things Are. It's written by a chap called Maurice Sendak, and Maurice, clever fellow, did all the drawings too. So, let's get started. You're sitting comfortably, then I'll begin. Okay, here we go. Right, Where the Wild Things Are. Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. What a nice name, eh? Sendak. Wow, look at that. Can you see it? Okay, off we go. Here we go. These are the title pages, Where the Wild Things Are. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. Let's get going. The night Max, there he is, there's Maxie, wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. You can see him chasing the dog, poor little Highland Terrier, down the stairs with a fork in his hand. His mother called him "Wild Thing," and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed, ouch, without eating anything. Look at him, his hand on his hips, looking a bit aggrieved. That night, in Max's room, a forest grew and grew. Blimey, his bed was turned into a forest. And grew. He thinks it's quite funny. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max. There's his name. And he sailed off through the night and day, in and out of weeks and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. He's looking a bit worried. That one's just come out the sea. Blimey. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. Look at that boy. Shh. And they made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." Look, they're bowing to him. He's giving his command. So they went on a rampage. Whoa! They ran about howling at the moon. See Maxie shouting. And they swung from the trees and stared at each other. And carried Maxie on their backs. They loved him. He was so naughty. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Wonder who that could be. Oh, look, they're all snoozing. They're exhausted, but poor old Max is just sitting there. Rather nice tent. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go, go, or we'll eat you up, we love you so." And Maxie said, "No." And the wild things roared their terrible roars, gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day, obviously exhausted, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Guess what? And it was still hot. Ah, what a great story. I wonder what he was having for his supper. Anyway, I hope you liked that. Yeah, one of the all-time greats. Talk to you later, my darlings. Bye.